Hello everyone, today we will be covering another game that I won against Maximum. So, after doing some extensive research, I found out that if you use the hint feature, you're gonna get a 50% win. You're gonna be able to win against Maximum around 50% of the time. I win against Maximum at like 90 something percent of the time. So, I am obviously not using anything to help myself. And I can do a live game against Maximum if you want. If this video gets 1,000 views and I get 5 subscribers from this, actually, no, 10 subscribers from this video. So the requirements of me doing a live is 1,000 views on this video and 10 new subscribers from this video because of this video. And then I'll do a live against Maximum. And I'll play 10 games against it, and I can show you my 90 something percent win rate against it. All right, let me stop yapping and let's get to the game. So I open up with d4. Now this is a very natural move. I usually do Queen's Gambit because that's my favorite opening. Yep, they respond with f6. It's a pretty good move. Yes, Queen's Gambit. Now, this move is good because this opens up the diagonal for this bishop and this protects the knight even more on f6. And also, this knight is covering f7, which is a very weak square. Now, also, by the way, this move gains control over a central and flank square. Now I respond with the move knight f3, a very good move because this attacks these squares, which are very close to the black king. And also, if I move my knight, for example, over here, I'm attacking f7. They respond with d5, very natural move. Now I respond with this move, e3. This is to protect the pawn on c4. And if they take, I can get some natural development. And I attack f7 as well over here. Yeah, they put more pressure onto this knight. I don't know why I did. No, this is actually a pretty good move because usually you'll do this. This move isn't as good. So you want to do this one. Now, I don't know why the engine doesn't like it. It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to give me a 20 centipawn advantage. Because this uh, protects the knight on f3 and develops this knight as well. And then this also protects the c4 pawn more and this square. As well as in these squares like this. Maybe I could do a fianchetto like this. Oh, wait, no. Maybe I could do a fianchetto like this. Now, the engine doesn't really like it because it's blocking this, but this diagonal is cooked anyways because there's this pawn over here. Now you can't push it or else, yeah, my poor knight on f3. They castle, very natural move. Now, this is to keep their king safe. Now I do this. This is a pretty good move because this also prepares me to castle, and this is to protect the knight on f3, further protecting it and also developing my bishop. Excuse me. Now they respond with the move c6, knight c6. This is a very good move. It's not supposed to be a good move. It's supposed to be a best move. Now it's saying that now maybe they want. No, this is not a really good move because after they do this, I can just castle. Oh wait, sorry. I can castle if they do this. And by the way, this does not do anything. Like maybe they can do something like this. This may be a pawn storm. Pawn storms onto this part. Yeah, but like this part, I think the purpose for these moves that were evaluated by the engine was to put pressure onto this one, but they're saying a5, which doesn't really necessarily protect. It's if they play a6 and then b5, it might be more reasonable. So probably something like this. Yeah. Now the engine likes it. It's much more better than the so-called best move. Now this is the best move, right? But it's equal evaluation. Actually, no. No, this is better for me. Yeah, but this is no. This is actually better for them. Just because, yeah, you can do this, something like this, put pressure. Maybe I can do this. I can respond with my own pawn storm. I think their idea is that they're gonna be quicker. Yeah, this is a good move. Yeah, this is the best move because this castles my king. Now they respond with e4. Now this is to penetrate my position, and f2, which is also a very weak square. And this is because now my knight on d2 is very powerful, so they're trying to attack it. Now I respond with queen c2. This is to attack this square, and yeah, if the knight trades off with my d2 knight, I can develop my bishop, connect these rooks, and attack h7. Yeah, after the engine saw it, they moved to f5. This is to protect the knights, and this is also to block the attack on h7. Yep, I respond with a3 because this is to initiate any pawn storms later on, and also because pawn storms are helpful because I get to attack this, probably this and close to the end game. I think the bishop is gonna move somewhere else in the end game, but looking at their pawn structure, I presume their bishop is just gonna stay stuck there. It's gonna be stuck there. Yep, they do in fact continue with their pawn storm idea. This is an inaccuracy. They think it's an accuracy. It's not really an accuracy. Because I was thinking, like, if I respond with something like this move, like, maybe if I do this, yeah, the engine says it's good, but this is to protect my knight from any further attacks. For example, we have this. This is an attack, and also I know this makes their king more vulnerable, but you got this very strong diagonal, which is protecting this pawn, which my queen can't get to. And also after this a little attack, my bishop is blocked, my knight has to retreat, and it's game over for me. So I just did this earlier, so I won't have to go through all the trouble after. Now, yeah, there's an inaccuracy. They should have just stayed at the home. They just needed to stay at the home square. So I think their idea is to attack a4 to prevent any of my storms, for example, like this, trying to prevent it. This is a mistake for some reason. This is to chase away this knight, but then they can just trade it off. Then like this. And then, yeah, because this blocks my escape route for my knight, I can't do this, however, which is pretty powerful. But then if they do this, I have this, and I can just still develop. Now, it might not be as near as to the Black King, but this at least attacks the knight, and yeah. They should have just traded with me. That's the suggestion is to just trade with me. They should have just traded, and then I'll be in like a little bit worse position. Now, the thing that's wrong with this is that I can now attack their knight. That is, well, a little bit. It's a bit. It's suffocating at d6. It's escape scores are to the back rank, which is not good. And edge knight is the edge on the rim is usually grim. So yeah, after this they either move here or here. I suggest moving here, and also it doesn't really matter that most of my pawns are on the black squares because this bishop is not joining the party anytime soon. Now, this move is really good. Now I respond with this move. I rerouted my knight. I'm trying to attack this, protecting this. Oh yeah, by the way, if they have done like some other move, for example this, if they have made a move like f6, then I can't move this, or else there's gonna be a mistake, cause then, oh sorry, because now I'm not attacking anything, and this is just a really weird move. But because they foolishly placed their knight on d6, now I'm attacking something, and I can move my knight to e3. They respond with a4, which is pointless because this knight has nowhere to go. This square is not available. Not this. This just blocks the rook, and they can go over here, but this is just going back, which isn't really good for development. So yeah, not really a good move. Now I respond with b4. So the idea here is that if they respond with en passant, I can develop my d2 knight and then send it further up the board, because right now my d2 knight has nothing to do. It can't go here, can't go here, and can't go here. It can go here, but that's just wasting development. So this sets up en passant, and then knight b3. Now they respond with f6, which is to develop their knight again. This is kind of pointless because this blocks their poor little bishop. This blocks the bishop. They can, because before, if they would have moved, because like if they had moved the bishop to f6, then actually I don't get why this is only a good move. This should be a best move, because because like you can't do this, or else I'm just gonna chase away. So yeah, maybe this is the best move in this position. Now, they moved bishop to d2. Now I moved bishop to d2. Sorry. I'm not really chessing today. My brain is a bit murky. Now the point of this move is to it's very simple. Is to give my bishop some more space. An inaccuracy. e8. Understand what they're trying to do here. They're trying to either go here or here. Over here, this is a really bad move because I can just respond with this. But then they can move over here, somewhere over here, and then attack this diagonal. So the idea is to go over here and then probably retreat it and then put their knight on d7, preparing a sneaky little attack on h4. This is not an accuracy, because I am piling up on this. I'm piling up on these two files because I'm trying to attack these very weak files, because this pawn is very weak. It's also supporting this knight. I mean, there is also this bishop, but we're gonna use that bishop to attack. They're gonna use that bishop to attack my position later. So yeah. And also now my idea is to go over here. Actually, no, that is a bad move. That's a horrible move. My idea is to probably retreat to c1, opening up this. Yeah, that's my idea. And I got these bishops. These bishops are just straight on staring at these squares, which are very weak now because I got rooks over here. And they respond with this move, knight to d7. So they're trying to protect. They're trying to protect the b6 square. And yeah, that is not protection. They're trying to protect b6. They're trying to help their a and b files. Now respond with pawn to a4. This just further up attacks, which is really good. Now, this is an inaccuracy because this does nothing to help them. This, they can't do this. They can't do this because these two pawns. And, it would have been better if they moved somewhere like here. It would have been much more better than f7. Now I've further continued pushing my pawn, my a pawn. I just kept pushing it so that I can someday go to a6 and then probably do like a trade. Like a trade over. Oh wait, no, I don't want to add this to my collection. Maybe I could do something like a trade, and maybe I can go over here and then open up this rook, and then I'll just be winning over here. I'm just gonna be like mercilessly beating on this part of the board. Yes, and then they responded this. They're trying to do a attack over here. So basically their idea is to play e5. Since they have two knights over here that are protecting e5, and they have got a bishop now, and now I have only a pawn and a knight. This is just winning for them. Like if we do a trade on e5, it's just gonna be winning for them. So my most logical move is to play c3. Alright, I played c3 so I can help my pieces further attack e5. They played bishop g5, looking to attack e3, which is supporting d4, which is supporting e5. Now, this is an inaccuracy for some reason. It is not really an inaccuracy. I'm just piling up over here a battery and also saving this pawn. Now, this and also they respond with another inaccuracy. And there's just gonna be 5 inaccuracies in a row. So prepare yourself. Rook b2. My point over here is that I can... my point over here is that I want to pile up some, like, maybe do this. I'm trying to form a battery over here so I can attack like this. That's my idea. Oh, I did the opposite instead. I moved over here. Oh, I understand why this is an inaccuracy now. Now, they did queen to b8. Yes, because what they're looking for is if I do this, if I do this, then this, they're attacking my knight. Now, this is inaccuracy for some reason. I don't understand why. Respond with bishop to d1. By the way, this is reviewed by Stockfish18 Light. Um, Stockfish, yeah, it's much more powerful than Maximum, but um, yeah, Stockfish sometimes makes mistakes in their reviews. Oh, this is a mistake. So basically, I forgot to explain this move. Bishop d1 basically tries to protect this knight uh, and continue the attack on the a file. Now, this is a mistake because this is making their rook very vulnerable. Now, I respond with knight b4, attacking the rook. Now, they can just trade off, but then this just strengthens this pawn. That's my idea over there. And they respond with after that chaos. They respond with a pawn c6. Now pawn c6. The idea behind pawn c6 is to prevent any attacks that will happen on b5, which is to attack the rook. Yeah, I just, because I have a bishop on d1, I just used it to attack the rook. I have no pawn over here, so I don't really understand why they moved their pawn over here like this. It's to probably strengthen d5. Yeah, I guess it's to strengthen d5. Now, they retreat their rook. I try to add pressure to f5 and continue attacking up onto the board. And they respond with queen c7, piling up on a5. This pawn has been through so much. And then I respond with f4, b8. This is to attack my vulnerable bishop, which is attacking this, so that they will gain control over a file. I continue defending now because after some trades like this, then I'll be it's gonna be a discovered defense. Yeah, they made a battery, but they kind of ignored this, which is going to be because this is supporting this pawn, which is supporting this. Now, yeah, I responded with my own battery. Yeah, but the problem with this move is now I am not protecting b3. Oh, what is happening over here? Why is it so laggy? Okay, so now knight f6. Looking to attack these squares. Pawn h3 is to defend any moves that might happen on g4. They do e4, which is an inaccuracy because this does nothing to improve their position. It does try and attack the queen, which is forming this battery, but I can just move my queen over here, or I can just trade off, and now their pawn structure is gonna be a lot more weaker than before. What's the best move over here? It's only a good move. Yeah, this is the best move. Now it's a miss for some reason. Yeah, this is because so this is a confusing move because this weakens their pawn structure. It says rook b1 is best move. It's the best move. Now, I think the idea is to defend b3. Yeah, it does not make sense. This is not a miss. Oh, and they missed something else as well. So it says g5. It says g5 is the best move. Yeah, I kind of understand why g5 is the best move because now I moved my queen away. This is kind of weak because e3 is getting, because now my queen is is defending e3, but it's also getting overloaded because of this battery. So yeah, this is supposed to be the best move, but somehow Maximum did not find it. Now, yeah, this is trying to attack the bishop, and this is sacrificing one pawn. It's sacrificing my g pawn. Now, if they take, which is the move over here, I can play d5. Wait, hold up. Yeah, I can play d5 because if they take, this is a sacrifice. So we're gonna turn this inaccuracy into a brilliant. This is a pawn sacrifice. So after this, they could have retreated back here and attacked this. But now, since they did not retreat to f6, now I can move my pawn to d5. The point of d5 in this position, ladies and gentlemen, is that it basically tries to dismantle pawn structure for black. Yeah, basically dismantles it. This also let me think over here. Yeah, because this also attacks this very vulnerable square, which is gonna be important in the end game. This also attacks this very weak pawn structure. And also that if they do take with this pawn, we got ourselves a large attack over here. Got ourselves like extremely large attack from the A, B, and C files. Oh, this is a blunder. You know why? Because this is a blunder because let me see. It's because their bishop is gonna be lost after that move. Because I can do this. Their bishop is... Maybe they can retreat in here. But then it's gonna be mate. Yeah, if they don't like basically if they retreat their bishop, they try to save it, it's gonna be mate on g7. So that's the idea behind pawn to d5. Now I missed it because I'm not such a good chess player. Every great chess player has flaws. So yeah, I somehow missed it. Now this is just trying to open up black's position after they do this, and then I play rook g2. Now because yeah, they can't defend the bishop. Yeah, they can't defend the bishop with this. Yeah, but then it's gonna be... Hold up, let me see. If they do this, if I do this, then they do this. And I don't know what the response to this move is. Let me think. Is it queen e5? Yeah, it is queen e5, cause like it just lets me intrude the position more because because e5 is very weak now. So after this, I took, and then they retook, and then I played rook g2. They responded with queen h4, and then my triumphant knight went to d4 because this is an available square, and also this attacks bishop on e6. So yeah, really strong move. And also because if they, for example, like let's just say they move their bishop to d7, I can move my knight to e2, attacking the bishop on g3, which now I have my rook supporting over here. So After they defend this bishop, I continue with my idea. They give me a check. I capture because that's a free bishop. And they prepare something like over here. They prepare like attack ready to be made if my rook wanders off. Now I respond with this move. I'm trying to threaten mate on g7, but this isn't hope. This isn't hope chess. Like we can't play hope chess. This is just chess. It's not hope. Now I just continue with this idea again. I tried my idea again, and they played king to h8 because now their king is safe. It's tucked away. I capture because this is a good trade, and then I move my king as well. I moved my king to h2. Now this is because now my king is safe from any checks. So they can't use any checks against me so to slow down my attack. They play rook d3. And I respond with pawn e6, sacrificing my queen. We're ready to take b7 and promote, delivering mate. They take. And I take. I sacrifice my queen again. With rook a6. If they take, it's mate. They do this. Oh wait, did I miss something? Yeah, it's mate in one, yeah. And it's mate. Now, they respond to this move, which I can sacrifice my queen again. And after this, if they take, it's mate again. Now, I can sacrifice my rook again, which, if they take, it's going to be mate again. Because now, the queen is not defending g7, and after they take, it's bye-bye. So there are 3 brilliance in this position. So, first, pawn a6, then queen, and then queen e5, and then rook c6. Now, I did not find rook c6 in the game. Instead, I played queen c7. This is to threaten mate again. And if they respond, and then now if I play rook c6, it is still a brilliant, because if they take, it's mate. So many brilliance in this position. Now, this is a free pawn and also a free queen. This is a free pawn and queen. So I take. They have no other moves, so they have to take with their queen, and I win. And yeah, I win a pawn from this exchange. And I just continue with the attack. And over here, wait. Even though I'm just up 2 points of material, it's only 2 points. Only 2 points up. I am in such a good position. I am 44 pawns up. Oh, it's so ridiculous. I'm 44 pawns up. Because my pieces are so strong, and it's oiling up the black king as we speak. This attacks the rook on e3. And this is mate in 7. Bishop e1, pawn h6, bishop h4. Basically rerouting the bishop so I can attack the king. Bishop f6, Rook takes h3, king takes h3, rook rook d3, king h4, rook g3, and that is to block my rook from defending that rook, stalling checkmate. I take, they move a pawn, and it's mate. Oh wait, that's not mate. Sorry. And that's mate. So this game includes 3 potential brilliance, but I only found 2 brilliance. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. So queen e5 and rook c6, take mate. They respond. They could have done. They can do e5. Oh no, sorry. For example, let's just see. Rook takes c5. Rook takes h6. Great move. And if they take, it's mate again. You know why? Because the king and the rook are on the same diagonal. And if they take, it's going to reveal this diagonal, which I can use my bishop to skewer. And I have a rook over here that's safe. This, if they play this, they play rook e5, takes, and they just march their pawns. And then this is close to checkmate. And this is actually checkmate. So, what a wonderful game. I'll be seeing you soon. I'll be making a new video on beating Maximum again, but with different knowledge points. I'll be sharing more knowledge points on me beating Maximum. And if this video gets 1K views and 10 subs, I might do a live, or maybe a few comments, because you may comment if you believe that I've cheated. Maybe if you want to say, oh, this guy cheated, this is not, if you say this is not credible, oh, this is definitely Stockfish powered. No, this is my own brain, okay? This is my own brain defeating Maximum. Crazy, right? So yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm not gonna reveal my username on chess.com because that I just don't want to get leaked. I don't want my identity on chess.com to be leaked. So yeah, bye.